and welcome back to the Garden of Reading in honor of May 1st, my birthday, which is today. Happy birthday to me. I'm going to be doing a spring reading challenge for myself, which I am really excited for this video. This is something different that I am doing. I have never in my entire life done like a TBR challenge for myself and trying to get through books within a month or within the season. So I think this is going to be really fun. I am here for it. I am definitely welcome to the challenge of seeing how many books I can get through. So as you saw, I picked out quite the stack of books here. So I am really excited for this. So I decided to do a spring TBR instead of a monthly TBR because if you watched my Booktube Newbie Tag, which I will leave a link in the description down below, definitely check out that video to get to know me a little bit better on all things bookish and the types of books that I like, why I'm here, why I'm doing this, and just to kind of get to know me a little bit more as well. But I did mention that I homeschool and I also work from home. I have 3 beautiful children, so my time is very limited when it comes to being able to read, but I absolutely love reading. I love being transported into different worlds and just kind of being taken away from the one that I'm currently living in. I love that. I love that so much. And reading is a stress reliever for me, and it just brings me so much joy and happiness. So I'm really excited to see what I can get through this spring. I don't have a whole lot of time, and that is why I decided to do a seasonal TBR instead of a monthly TBR, because I feel like it would allow myself a little bit more time to kind of get through these books, maybe about 2 months instead of a whole month, which I think will work out a little bit more better for me. Maybe in the future I might do, like monthly TBRs. I think that would be really fun. But right now I kind of average about 3 books a month, and then sometimes I might be able to read about 5 books a month. It just really depends on the book, how long the books are that I'm choosing, and just what's going on in my daily life. Technically, I would say spring season here starts in April. I really don't know when the official spring day is on the calendar. I guess if you do know, drop a comment down below. I never really paid attention to that. So I am a little bit behind because I do consider April to be spring. But I'm starting my spring read here in May. So although I do find June to be summertime, I feel like summertime doesn't really start for me until the beginning of July, because I do homeschool and our homeschool ends at the end of June. So those summertime vibes really don't start until the beginning of July. So I don't know. I think what I will do is whatever I don't finish reading for my spring reads, I will just roll over to my summer reads. Unless I want to change some of the books, then I will change them. And yeah, it is what it is. But most likely I'll probably just roll these books over to my summer reading list. So you might see some repeats if I don't finish all of these books, which I definitely don't intend on finishing all of these books. This is quite a few books for me. Like I said, I average about 3 to 5 books a month. And let me see how many I have here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 books. So hopefully I can get through 5 of these this month, and then another 5 in June. That would be great. So I am a mood reader. I am definitely a mood reader. I read whatever kind of fits my vibe in that moment. So I picked out quite a few different genres of books just to feed that mood reader side of me, so I have different options to pick from, because I would hate to be stuck with a book that I don't really feel in the mood to read. Yeah. So I picked out quite a couple from each genre. I'm also currently reading 3 books right now, so I went ahead and added those to my spring reading list as well, because I am currently reading them, so I felt like I should probably just add them in there. Because I did start them in April, maybe I'll get through those faster, so then I'll actually have read quite a few more books this month, hopefully. At least that's what my hopes are anyway. Okay, so let's get into my spring reading list, you guys. I hope that you guys will join me on this spring reading challenge. Does not mean that you have to pick up the same books as me or the same genres, but I think it would be a fun little challenge to just gather up some books that you would like to read over the spring, especially if you don't have a whole lot of time on your hands like myself, where you can't get through like 5 books within a week. I think this is a great way to kind of just like give yourself a little challenge to try to like overcome and finish. And so I'm really excited to just like kind of see like how many books I can actually read this month, and see if this kind of helps me to want to read more books within a month. So anyways, I think this is gonna be really fun. I've said this before, I'm not going to sit here and like try to like get through all of these books, but if I do, that's obviously great. But I'm going to read to my heart's content. So first I'm going to show you guys the books that I am currently working on and currently reading, and then I will show you guys the books that I picked out. Lots of good books that I picked out. These books have been like calling to me over the past few weeks, and so that's why I picked out the books that I picked. But I have 3 books that I am currently reading right now. I have 2 middle grade books and a romance book. So I guess we have to start with my romance book that I'm currently reading, and that is the Twisted Love series. This is book 3 in the series. This is Twisted Hate by Anna Hong. How beautiful is this book? I absolutely love this series so much. I have raved about this book over and over here on my channel, and then also on my second channel. If you haven't hopped over to my second channel and subscribed, then you need to do so. Go check out my channel, come and follow me along and my family on our journey in life. Come and get to know all about the Barron Bunch. I also do grocery hauls over there, all types of family vlogs and hauls of different miscellaneous sorts. So if you're into that kind of thing, head over there. Get your butt over there and subscribe. I would love to see you over there. So I'll leave a link down below in the description box to my second YouTube channel. But I have raved about this series so much. It is so freaking good. The first book in the series is Twisted Love, and I absolutely fell in love with this book. Like, my all-time favorite books that I have ever read is Twilight. Yes, I know Twilight is super old and maybe outdated to some, but it will never be for me. I can read those books over and over again, which I have, and I can watch the movies over and over again, which I have. And I'm actually currently listening to the audiobook of it. I work from home, so I've been like playing that. It's an audiobook here on YouTube, which I'll leave a link down below to that in case you're interested. But it's a Twilight audiobook from a male's voice, and then it has like light rain in the background. So it's like really calming, and I don't know, I love it. And I'm not an audiobook girl or an ebook girly at all. I love my physical books, but Twilight holds a really special place in my heart. And this series, you guys, I think has replaced Twilight. Like, I love this so much. It is so good, so juicy, so spicy. I love it. I love it. And so in the first book, you follow our main character, Ava and Alex, and it's kind of like that enemies to lovers trope, which I absolutely love that trope. And then in the second book in this series, Twisted Games, you follow Ava's best friend, Bridget, who is a princess, and her bodyguard, Reese. Oh my gosh. This book was even better than the first one. Like, I was absolutely in love with Ava and Alex, and when I read this one, oh my gosh, I was so sad that this book was over. It was so freaking good. So good. I was here for these two. Like, I was rooting for them this entire freaking book. Not that I wasn't rooting for them, but like, oh, their love story. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh my gosh. So that's who you follow in the second book. And then in the third book, you follow our main characters, again, one of her other best friends, Jules, and our main character's brother, which when I found out that that's what this book was about, that that's who the two characters they were going to be following in this book, I was like, I freaking knew it, because in the first book, her best friend and her brother were always at each other's throats, always had some smart ass comment to say to each other. And it's like, there's something going on between you guys, because why do you guys hate each other so much? There's like no obvious reason as to why you guys don't like each other. So I didn't read the synopsis on the other books because I didn't want to like spoil them for myself. And when I read that it was about Jules and Josh, I was like, oh my gosh, I knew it. And already it is so good. So like I said, I've already read these two books, so I am currently on the third book in this series. This is a romance. There is a lot of spice, a lot of smut. So if you don't like that, then this probably isn't the book for you. There isn't a whole lot of smut, but there is a good portion of smut in this book, which I am definitely okay with. If there's too much smut in a book though, I am definitely very annoyed of it, because I am more here for the plot of this story and the characters than I am for the spiciness. But there is a fair amount of it in this book, which I am definitely okay with, and I'm not mad about it. But you just, in these books, you just follow like this possessive, like obsessive, head over heels in love point of view, mainly from the men in the books, which I love that so much. Ultimate romance. So I'm really excited. This is how much I've gotten through. I just picked up this book and started reading, so I'm really excited to get through this. Like I said, it is a enemies to lovers trope, and in the beginning already they are just so snarky towards each other, so snarky. It is almost hilarious at the fact that they are trying so hard to be mean to each other. So I'm really curious to see where this love story takes them. So I am currently reading that. I absolutely love Anna Hong's work, and I can sit here and talk about Anna Hong's books and her Twisted Love series forever and ever, but then this video would be way too long, so we need to move on. So the next book that I am currently reading right now is The Witches of Brooklyn, Some More Magic, by Sophie Escabase. And this is a graphic novel. So this is what it looks like. I love my graphic novels. This is also a middle grade book. Look at the spine, so beautiful. So this is the third book in the series, and I absolutely love this. I told my 8-year-old that he should pick this up and read it because it's really good. And so basically in these books you follow our main character here, Effie. She lost her mom. She's forced to go move with her aunts that she never met, and pretty much ends up finding out that she's a witch. Her aunts are witches, and it's kind of like a coming of age witch story where she's just trying to figure out who she is as an individual, figuring out being a witch, the highs and lows of friendship, and it's really good. I love it. It's such a heartwarming coming of age witch story. It definitely reminds me of like Kiki's Delivery Service. So I have been reading this. So cute. I absolutely love the graphics in here. So colorful. So I am currently reading this, and I'm about almost halfway through it. And like I said, this is the third book in the series. There is one more book after this to complete the series. And so yeah, I am currently reading this. And then the last book that I am also currently reading is The School for Whatnots by Margaret Peterson Haddix. And this is also a middle grade book. I actually just received this in my Owlcrate Junior box that I bought. Be on the lookout for that video. That video will definitely be coming soon to you. I am really excited about it. I ordered a bunch of Owlcrate Junior boxes because they were having a sale. All of their boxes were on sale for $5 when they are originally 30 bucks. I actually have one right here. Let me show you. So this is the Owlcrate Junior box, and inside you get a special edition book along with bookish goodies. So really fun video. My 8-year-old joined me on that video, and it was so much fun. So that video probably will not be up before this video, but definitely be on the lookout for it because like I said, it'll be coming soon to you. But this was one of the books that we received in the Owlcrate Junior box, and we have already started reading it. We just picked it up, so we're not that much in, but already it is really good. Even my 8-year-old is like, ooh, just with the storyline already. So basically, this is about a little girl and a little boy, Max and Josie, and they are like the best of friends, and then she goes missing, and she leaves a note saying that she's real. And so Max is trying to figure out, where did Josie go? Why would she say that she is real? And the story follows along whatnots. And I will let you guess on what you think a whatnot is, because me and Benjamin definitely threw out some wild guesses there on what we think whatnots are. And when we started reading it, kind of right off the bat, they tell you what a whatnot is. And Benjamin was correct. He was correct on his answer that he said in our Owlcrate Junior video that we did. So we were like, oh my gosh, you were right. You got it right. And it's so good. I cannot wait to see how this story ends out. So it says, no matter what anyone tells you, I'm real. That's the note that Josie left for Max. No matter what anyone tells you, I'm real. And that right there is like, okay, why would you be fake? You know, like, who are you? And why should I even believe that you're real? Like, obviously you're real. You're a human being. We're the best of friends. Like, so such an odd note to be left behind by your best friend. So really interesting. This is a special edition book. So inside we do have a signature from the author, and then it also has reversible dust jacket art, which I have to show you because why not? So pretty. We have like this cute little desk area, and then right there you see the note that says, no matter what anyone tells you, I'm real. And that's the note that she left Max on his desk. So really intriguing. Okay, so those are the 3 books that I am currently reading right now. Like I said, I started these in April, but since I'm doing a spring read, I'm gonna add these in here. And because I'm like reading these, I feel like I might have like a little bit of a head start, so hopefully I'll be able to read through a few more books this month. Hopefully. That is my hope anyway. But yeah, those are the current reads that I am reading. Now, let me show you guys the books that I picked out for the rest of my reads. Since I already ranted and raved enough about the Twisted series, I did go ahead and add the last book in the Twisted series, which is Twisted Lies. And this 4th book follows our main character, Ava, from the first book. Another one of her best friends, Stella, and Christian. And Christian is actually the boss of Reese, the bodyguard that was in our 2nd book that falls in love with Princess Bridget. He is Reese's boss. I guess he has like a bodyguard, security business, whatever it is. And so we are following those two in this book. So I'm excited to get to this book. So I had to add this one in here because this is the last book in the series, and I am currently working on that series. So Twisted Lies. This is a romance book that I picked up. Like I mentioned, I am a mood reader, so I read whatever I'm in the mood for, and kind of what I do is like, I'll read part of this series, which is probably what I'll end up doing with Twisted Hate. Like after I read Twisted Hate, I'll probably pick up a murder mystery book and then come back and read the last book in the series. Just because I tend to get, how do I say it, like bored with the same concept. Like even though these books are freaking amazing, it doesn't matter what book I read, whether I like it or I don't like it. Like I like to just keep switching things up and just keeping my interest peaked. That's just, I don't know. Like I said, I'm a mood reader and I read whatever I'm in the mood for. So that's kind of what I do when I am reading a series. I'll break it up with like a standalone novel of some sort from a different genre. And so that's probably what I'll end up doing. But this is my romance book that I picked out for my spring read. So I have 2 romance books that I want to read this spring season. So I'm really excited, and nothing spells spring like romance, right? Exactly. And these covers, such springy vibes. So I love it. Love it. Okay, moving on to some fantasy books. I picked out 3 fantasy books this month. So we'll see how many I can read and how many I can get through. I actually haven't picked up a fantasy book in a while. I've actually been reading a lot of romance and murder thriller mystery books. I've just been in the mood for those types of books lately. But my three most favorite genres are fantasy, romance, and murder mystery. I love those so much. Those are my favorite genres to read, although I do read a lot of other genres as well, but those are my three main genres. So I haven't read fantasy in a while, so I did pick up 3 fantasy books to read. Although I guess my middle grade graphic novel that I'm reading is fantasy because it's about witches. I don't know, I just kind of categorize this in the graphic novel section more than I categorize it as fantasy, so I don't know. So anyways, the first book that I picked up is Kiki's Delivery Service by Aiko Kadono. I'm excited for this book. I've watched the movie. I fell in love with the movie. I absolutely love it. I picked this up on a deal off of Amazon for me and my sister. It was like buy one get one half off, so that was a really good deal. So I'm really excited to read the book and see the adaptation to the book versus the movie. So that is so fun. And look at this cover. It is so beautiful. So again, if for those of you that have not heard of this book or even the movie, this is an animated film by Studio Ghibli. And this is also about a coming-of-age witch who needs to find out who she is and what she wants to do in life. And I love it. I'm here for it. Anything witchy, I am definitely here for it. So yeah, she goes through lots of different challenges and meets lots of different people along the way. And she kind of just needs to figure out what her true calling is when it comes to being a witch. And it's really good. So I definitely have to read the book because I normally would read the books first before I watch the movie. I don't do that every single time, but most of the time I want to read the book before I watch the movie or the series. But I actually didn't know there was a book. If I would have known there was a book, this definitely would have been one of those times where I read the book first and then I watched the movie. But it is okay. I am really excited to see the difference between the book and the movie. So I picked up this book, which I'm really excited for. And then the next book, we have another witchy book. I told you I absolutely love anything that involves witches. I mean, I actually don't know if this actually has real witches in it, but this is called This Spells Love by Kate Robb. It's a standalone novel, which is nice. And I'm going to read you the back, like a little portion of the back, because I really don't remember too much about this book. So it says, a young woman tries to heal her heartbreak by casting a spell to erase her ex from her past, but wakes up in an alternate reality in which she's lost more than she's wished for in this witty, whimsical friends to lovers debut. Love. So I am definitely here for the friends to lovers trope. I don't like that in real life because I feel like it hardly ever works out. But in a book, I definitely love it. I definitely love it. The fact that she is so heartbroken by her ex and the relationship she had with him that she needs to cast a spell to just forget everything that ever happened with him. I think we all can relate to that in some way. I'm pretty sure we've all been there in a relationship where it just completely broke us to pieces and we just wanted to forget that it even happened. So I feel like most people can relate to that, and I think it's going to be really interesting to kind of see how she copes with that and if that actually helps her get over him. And it kind of almost seems like maybe she doesn't want to get over him because, like it says, she kind of gets more than she bargained for with casting this spell. So that's also going to be really interesting to just kind of see like where her story goes from there. And does she erase all memories of him and then start gaining new memories back with him? Because that would be a great concept. I don't know, but this just sounds really good. This is also a romance book. So technically, I did pick out 3 romance books, but this also has magic in it. So I'm okay with that. Yeah, this cover is so pretty. I love this turquoisey color. And I can't wait for this book. So that is another book that I picked up in my fantasy, I guess, romance genre. Okay, and then the last book that I picked up for my fantasy genre is Sign Here, a novel by Claudia Lux. This is a book of the month book that I picked up from Pango Books that I spent no more than $8 on. And these books are like originally $17.99 for the book of the month box. So this was a complete steal. And This sounded so intriguing. I feel a little wrong for reading something about the devil because I am a Christian, but it's okay because it's just a book. But a darkly humorous, surprisingly poignant, and utterly gripping debut novel about a guy who works in hell, literally, and is on the cusp of a big promotion if only he can get one more member of the wealthy Harrison family to sell their soul. What the heck? Yes. So this has been calling out to me ever since I got the book. It is a standalone novel, and I just feel like I'm going to tear through this book really fast. I usually have really good vibes on if I'm going to like a book or not, so I'm excited to read this. This just sounds so intriguing, and this is definitely not springy vibes, like, at all, but I just want to know if the Harrison family is actually going to sell their soul to this guy, because please don't do it. Don't do it, but you know that they're going to do it, and something's going to go horribly wrong, or up until the last minute, they're going to want to back out, because that's kind of what usually happens, right? But I'm excited for this. It just sounds really good, and by no means is this a spring book. I feel like all of my other books are really springy vibes, but this one and the next few ones are definitely nowhere near spring, but that is okay to me because, like I said, I'm a mood reader and I need different options to be able to pull from. So yeah, I picked up this book. So I will definitely be doing a spring TBR wrap up and letting you guys know all of my thoughts on all of these books that I am going to be reading through. So definitely stay tuned for that whenever I do make that video. I'm not sure if I'm going to only have this be for the month of May or if I'm going to roll it over to June and let June also be my spring, part of my spring reading challenge. But we'll see. Nonetheless, you will see that reading wrap up towards the end of May or June. So yeah, it'll be coming soon to you. So if you're very interested in seeing what these books are all about and my thoughts on them and my ratings on them, then stay tuned. Definitely stay tuned. All right, next 3 books are murder mystery thriller books, and I cannot wait to dive into one of these. I have been reading a lot of murder mystery thriller books recently, and I have not been disappointed. So yeah, definitely need to read these. And to be honest, I think after I'm done reading Twisted Hate, I will probably pick up one of these murder mystery books. So the first one here is You'll Be the Death of Me by Karen M. McManus. I have raved about this author time and time again. I love her work. I love her work, and her work introduced me to the different character perspective writing style. I have never seen that in a book until I read her work, and I'm in love with it. And now when I read books where it's only from one character's point of view throughout the entire book, I don't hate it, but I wish that it had a different character point of views, because I just love that so much. And it just kind of like helps me to keep interest in the book. It keeps me wanting to turn the page and wanting to know more, because you're getting to hear the thoughts and the actions of different characters in the book, which is so awesome, and I just love that so much. So that is also another reason why I love this author's writing style. But I fell in love with the One of Us is Lying series. Love it. I am currently watching the Peacock original TV show that goes alongside those books. Very good. They did change a lot of stuff, which I'm wondering why they did that, but it's still really good, and the books were so good. So I almost have all of her collection. There's one more that I think is coming out in either June or July that I need to pick up, and then there's one more book that I just don't have that I need to get, and then I will have her whole collection until she writes more books. But this is You'll Be the Death of Me. It says, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Pretty sure we've all heard that saying growing up. So if I'm not wrong, this kind of follows these high school kids who all go to the same high school, but they're not friends. They don't hang out with each other. I think they decide to ditch, and they all kind of like get together, and they find a dead body, and they end up finding out that all of them are connected to this person that is dead that they found, and things just kind of spiral out of control from there. and I'm pretty sure that's what this book is about, and I'm here for it. I absolutely love high school setting books, whether it's romance, drama, murder mystery. I just really like that type of genre. High school settings, I don't know, I really like it. I think it just kind of keeps me young by reading about it because, like I said, I turned 29 today, and I might not look like it, but I am 29 with 3 kids and happily married. I would say I have definitely made it in life. I am at a very happy place in my life, and I'm a very happy person. So reading about high school, I think, just kind of keeps me young and alive. It really does. But anywho, and I just think it's so sweet, like reading about like those high school romances. I think it's just really sweet. But anywho, that sounded really good, and I feel like Karen McManus has never let me down, so I know this is going to be good. So that's one of my murder mystery thriller books that I am reading this month. Second one on my list, What Happened to the Bennetts by Lisa Scottoline. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. I do apologize. But, ooh, this sounds so good. It sounds so good. It says her most emotionally intense nail biter to date. That's what People Magazine and Book of the Week had to say. So, I'm really excited. Your family has been attacked, never again to be the same. Now you have to choose between law and justice. Ooh, does that not sound good? Like, it sounds to me like somebody in the family did something, and the family is choosing whether to sweep this under the rug and keep it a secret, or tell. I don't know. I don't remember what the description was, so let's just read it. Should we just read it? Yeah, let's just read it. Okay. Suburban dad Jason Bennett is driving his family home one night when a pickup truck begins tailgating them on a dark stretch of road. 2 men jump from the pickup and pull guns on Jason, demanding the car, and a horrific flash of violence changes his life forever. Soon, 2 FBI agents arrive and tell Jason that the carjackers are members of a dangerous drug trafficking organization, and his family has no choice but to enter the witness protection program. Wrenched from all they know, trapped in an unfamiliar life, the Bennetts begin to fall apart. Then Jason learns a shocking truth and realizes he has to take matters into his own hands, because sometimes justice is a one-man show. Seems to me that something is going on within the family, and the only person who doesn't know about it is Jason. So, I'm excited for this book. This sounds really good. This actually might be the first book that I might pick up. I don't know, because my next murder mystery thriller book that I picked up, I'm really excited for. Very excited for, and that is The Maidens by Alex Michelides. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his last name right. Michelides. I don't know. Michaelides. I don't know. I'm really sorry if I'm butchering that. But if you've been watching my book content here, then you have seen this familiar book sitting in this spot, and that is The Fury by Alex Michelides. And I loved that book. That book was so good. So good. I was stunned at that book. Really stunned with it. This was the second book that I got from Book of the Month, because I did get the Book of the Month subscription box, and then I decided to cancel it after the second book because I just felt like paying $17 for a book was ridiculous. I am more of a thrifty book girl, so I'm used to buying my books for like $5. It was so good, and I seen that he made another book, The Maidens, and I have been wanting to read this. There's also another book by him called The Silent Patient, I believe that's what it's called, that I definitely want to read. Like, I cannot wait to buy that book. I actually might have bought that book. So I had to pick up this book because I fell in love with this author's writing style, and The Fury was just so good. So I am anticipating The Maidens to be really good. I don't really remember that much about it, so let's go ahead and read about it. A spellbinding tale of psychological suspense weaving together Greek mythology, murder, and obsession. Okay, so I remember reading this little snippet and thinking, oh my gosh, psychological suspense, Greek mythology, murder, obsession, you've got me hooked. I am already hooked and I don't even know what this book is about. And I remember reading that and thinking like, yep, okay, I don't need to read anymore because that sounds so good already. But for the sake of those who would like to know what the story is about, let's read the synopsis. It says, Edward Fosca is a murderer. Okay, right off the bat, we already know who the murderer is. Of this, Marina is certain. But Fosca is untouchable, a handsome and charismatic Greek tragedy professor at Cambridge University. Fosca is adored by staff and students alike, particularly by the members of a secret society of female students known as the Maidens. Mariana Andros is a brilliant but troubled group therapist who becomes fixated on the Maidens when one member, a friend of Mariana's niece Zoe, is found murdered in Cambridge. Mariana, who was once herself a student at the university, quickly suspects that behind the idyllic beauty of the spires and turrets and beneath the ancient traditions lies something sinister. And she becomes convinced that despite his alibi, Edward Fosca is guilty of the murder. But why would the professor target one of his students? And why does he keep returning to the rites of Persephone, the maiden, and her journey to the underworld? When another body is found, Mariana's obsession with proving Fosca's guilt spirals out of control, threatening to destroy her credibility as well as her closest relationships. But Mariana is determined to stop this killer, even if it costs her everything, including her own life. Oh my gosh, this literally sounds like it could be made into a movie. Like if this was a movie, this is definitely something that I would watch. This sounds so freaking good. Like it sounds like the professor may be the murderer, but seems like his good looks and his good personality kind of gets the better of him to where all the females are drooling over him and thinks he can do no wrong because they probably all have a crush on him. So this sounds really, really interesting, really, really intriguing. And I think out of the 3 murder mystery books that I picked up, I would say this one sounds the most intriguing to me. And this will probably honestly be the next book that I pick up after I read Twisted Hate. So I'm excited, you guys. I am really, really excited. So those are all of the books. Let's stack them up here. All the books that I picked out for my spring TBR, and I'm excited. I'm really, really excited to see how many of these books I can get through this spring. Hopefully I can get through a lot because all of these books sound really, really good. Yeah, I really, really hope that you guys enjoyed this spring reads because I definitely enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. Be on the lookout for a birthday book haul. I'm really, really excited. My husband gave me money to buy books, and you know, your girl bought a shitload of them. Yes, I did. I bought a bunch of books, and I have been saving these books. I bought them all online, and they are wrapped so individually and pretty that I'm going to unbox them with you guys. Be on the lookout for my birthday book unboxing video, you guys. I haven't filmed it yet, but I am going to be filming that this month, and I am so excited. So excited. So that's going to be really, really fun. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did filming it. I am so excited to dive into all of these books, you guys. I really hope that this gave you guys some motivation to pick up a few extra books this month and see how many books you can read and see how many books you can get through. And I'm excited. I'm really, really excited. I think that I might start doing some like reading journaling and just kind of like writing down my thoughts, so that way when I come back at the end of my spring reading wrap up, I don't forget about all of the things that I read about, since this is a lot of books. I don't intend to get through all of these books, but I do intend to at least get through 5 of them. So this is so exciting. Like, I already want to finish reading Twisted Hate so I can read The Maidens, because I think that's what I'm gravitating towards the most out of all of these books that I picked up, and I'm excited, you guys. I am so excited. Let me know down below what books you are currently reading or what books I should pick up next, because I am always on the lookout for book recommendations. I am always on the lookout to add more books to my wonderful collection. Also be on the lookout for another bookshelf organization video, you guys. If you missed my last one, I will leave a link down below to that video. Check out that video because it was really, really good. I had a lot of fun filming that, and I'm just so excited to have this little book nook area. This is like one of my most proudest things that I own, and I love it so much. I could literally just sit in this corner all day and admire my books and read if I could. But I did buy another bookshelf. 6 tiers that are all empty. Those are all hauls that I need to do, so be on the lookout because I have an Illumicrate unboxing from April to do with you guys. I have more Owlcrate Junior boxes. I've got some more books up there, and then yeah, I've got some books here, and then we have empty shelves. So be on the lookout for that video because over there in the corner I have a shitload more boxes of books to do, book hauls to do with you guys. So be on the lookout for lots and lots of book hauls. And yeah, another bookshelf organization video because I'm gonna need to do some rearranging with all of the new books that are coming in. So I'm excited. I'm so excited. And then also I am getting another narrow bookcase to go at the end here. So I'm gonna have a full book nook area in here, and I cannot be more excited for that, you guys. So stick around because lots of fun videos coming your way, you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. Don't forget to hit that like button on your way out. Help out your girl's channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you here in my little garden of reading where we can talk about all things bookish. Pick up some books for your spring reads. Let me know down in the comments what you're currently reading or what book I should pick up next. And yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in my next book video.